Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the JB and Millie channel. I'm JB and you might remember this island. So this is in fact our island, and you know, it's been a while since we've showcased it before, but it's also like kind of an update because I do think that at some point in the near future, maybe even within the next two or 3 weeks, as we start to kind of progress into September and get ready for some Halloween builds, this may be the last chance that you get to visit this version of our island on the Dream Address, or just see it. Like, this could be our last ever update on this island before the big change, and then who knows how long we're going to be playing the game for. You know, this could be the penultimate version before we get to the definitive. So the vibe is kind of a party scene, although it is intentionally kind of moulded off The Great Gatsby, both the Scott F. Fitzgerald novel and, I guess shamefully, the Gatsby movie, as opposed to the Redford movie. But I don't know. I think aesthetically, the Caprio movie, should I say, is more, you know, I guess it's easier to modernize it within the confines of Animal Crossing versus classic stuff, which you can still get. As you can see, a lot of these costumes are quite true to form, to be honest. But then you've got, you know, modern interpretations. Yeah, and you could imagine, like, we're not actually using 1920s music. This is kind of a more modern hip-hop riff vibe that movie did so well, with features such as will.i.am, which, you know, of course wasn't around back then. But if you are a fan of Gatsby, be it the books or the films, you'll no doubt get some of these references. Like, there's a few, like, again, going back to the modern version, this would be Clip Springer's piano. Of course, his iconic suit. And you guys know what this scene is if you know it. If you don't, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but this is painful. But yeah, the Dream Address is going to be in the description down below, and we're also going to show it off in just a little bit as well. So please do stick around for that. This is a really incredible island. It took Millie quite a while to make it. Oh gosh, we're going to have to squish some bugs. But yeah, that's the kind of hallway room. I'm sorry I skimmed over that. I guess it's just, we're going to be revisiting that every time we leave the room. So, you know, without a doubt, it's going to have some type of significance. This is the pool party scene, modelled directly off the musical number "A Little Party Never Killed Nobody." Like, this, for all it's an iceberg, it is meant to symbolise or like simulate the island, kind of in the middle of the pool, as it were. So I like it a lot. And again, Millie's creative choices were quite good here. I think she did this just by dipping in and out of the films. I don't think she ever read the books, and you know, I'm not trying to sit here and be all cultured like, oh, I read the books. You know, obviously I did, but it was more for school versus, you know, hey, I'm going to pick this up. But it was a great book, you know. I enjoyed it a lot. And this is the office. Again, I'm thinking, you know, primarily along that Leonardo DiCaprio version, where that kind of old man was talking to Tobey Maguire and his friend about Gatsby possibly not existing. Those cockroaches, I don't know what they're here. Like, what are they here for? What do they want? I don't need them. I don't know what this was. I think I tried to convince Millie to make it more of like an orange pressing station, because there was a scene of that in the kind of montage introducing Gatsby's house. But ultimately it just looked far too clumsy in Animal Crossing, because there are a lot of juicers and presses that would have been nice, but then to really get the vibe of what it was, you know, because it looked like a health bar without, would be that kind of collection of oranges. And with the proportion of oranges for, you know, the blender and the fruit, they were pretty much the same size in Animal Crossing, so ultimately it either looked too cluttered or it didn't fit in with the tones. But, and same thing here, this was a bit of a disappointment for us. Millie definitely did the best she could with this. But you know, when you drop some clothes in Animal Crossing, it just leaves like a lump, almost like folded laundry. We thought that we could do that inside, and honestly, that would have been perfect for like the vibe where like the clothes were thrown. But for some reason, it just wouldn't let you drop the item, so that was disappointing, you know, from a creative standpoint. It's kind of a, I don't think it's molded on anything in particular. That was just nice dining room area that you'd expect. I don't think, did they ever have dinner? I don't know. I don't know. But the good thing about this is that there's absolutely no spooky basement because, you know, I'd know if there was. Imagine that though, if Millie thought she'd prank me, that she predicted that I'd revisit the kind of full scope of this island, and as revenge, there was a spooky basement. That would have just been cruel. I don't think I would have enjoyed that one bit. And this is just a nice area, but it's ultimately leading to like a really nice reference area. So this is the kind of the green light at the end of the dock that Gatsby would very much associate with Daisy towards, you know, his feelings for her and symbolism. Oh, and this is Nick Carraway's house, so that would be Tobey Maguire's character in the new version. And Tobey Maguire is just awesome. So very simplistic house, but like molded off what you see. This would just be where he'd sit down. There's the clock that gets broken. Full of flowers though, as per Gatsby's request. So like, I think really the way that the island's constructed is if you take the path that we're taking now, again a big like kind of gesture from Gatsby, you can pretty much tell the whole story in this island. So we've just gone to, you know, the party, we've seen all that there is to see, now we're getting introduced to Nick, and then we're going to go and see the other characters. Now unfortunately you can't kind of customize the inside of anything else, so obviously maybe if it was more, you know, open world, then it'd be a bit easier, but say we still managed to do stuff like, for all we can't alter the museum, it kind of gives the vibe of just a nice big house. And then you've got like a polo horse, because this is meant to be Tom Buchanan and Daisy's house. So this is just, and again, I don't want to alienate people that aren't familiar with the source material. Quite literally, this is just meant to be a big posh house. Got stables there, of course. This is funny. This is the closest we could get to like a Model T Ford. So just in the middle of the 1920s, you've got like a moon rover. It's just out of place, but you kind of have to work with the confines of the game. So this is like the wasteland, you know, the land of ashes. And those eyes, the ever-watching eyes. Of course, because it's set in New York. Ooh, CJ's here. That'll be worth getting some bells later. Now, there's not really an angle where you can see this properly, because from what I remember, unless like they did something with the update, you can't zoom out like enough. Like that's the maximum. But that's meant to be the Great Gatsby logo, so that's J Gatsby or J Gats. Kind of cool flower art. And this pretty much is just, well, this is, I think we just kind of played the beach by ear, but this is meant to be quite simply just New York, to be honest. This is a kind of riff or attempt at Coney Island. They never go there in the film, but Nick gets invited to Coney Island, so he thought, you know, there's a dock, there's a beach, let's just put it in there, like, you know, as almost like a what if, like what if he made it, and you know, because with it being a work of fiction, we don't know if the kind of the geography of New York would be the same. So we know that canonically there is a Coney Island, so therefore, you know, let's make it Coney Island. This is cool. So this is like meant to be like a speakeasy, so it's under the guise of a normal post office. Then maybe if you know like a secret code or something, you get to go back. But this is one of my favourite concepts and designs that Millie did and executed. I wish there was a better way to like line that up. I'm glad we're doing it at this time though, because I think last time we did it in the dark in order to like almost say let's show off the lights and stuff. We're gonna keep this house a secret because there's some significance with it that I'm still thinking about releasing. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it, to be honest. I think this maybe was a quicker island tour because we're familiar with the island and we didn't really need to like struggle to go where's this, where's that. We kind of just knew everything just because we built it. We kind of go on this, we go through this every time we log on. So pretty simple stuff. Let's just quickly give you the dream address. And hopefully you can come visit before we change it. So, if you want to visit this awesome 1920s Roaring Twenties Great Gatsby Island, then you can go to DA5731 8489 4343. So that's 5731 8489 4343. So if you do visit, please do let us know. Comment down below like what your favourite part of the island was, if you're familiar with the movies or the books. And yeah, please like, comment and subscribe to JB and Millie, and we'll see you next time.